You might be surprised where the NFL ranks the San Francisco 49ers offense heading into the 2024 season. As we know, this offense is led by Brock Purdy, has weapons galore, but with the situation with Brandon Ayuk, I wonder if that factors into this ranking at all. But let's do this. Let's go from back to front and see where the San Francisco 49ers ultimately land on this list by the NFL. Now, they've got the Colts at 10, which is interesting because we haven't really seen Anthony Richardson because he was hurt for the majority of his rookie season. So, but they do got weapons. Jonathan Taylor, Pittman, they were able to bring in some weapons. They got Downs. They have some other guys that can contribute as well. So we'll see. But you have the Houston Texans at 9. Now, a lot of people believe in the media that CJ Stroud is better than Brock Purdy. So be interesting to see where the 49ers ultimately stack up. But we do know the Texans have some weapons on their hands. They just got Stephon Diggs. They were able to get Joe Mixon at running back. And of course, they have Tank Dell and Nico Collins returning with Dalton Schultz at tight end. So a lot of fireworks coming there. Bills at 8. Now, obviously, the Bills have lost their 2-star wideouts in Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs. We just talked about Diggs going to the Texans. So can Josh Allen backpack them, or maybe they're in the market for a wide receiver as well who could fill in? Now, the 49ers have been compared to the Packers a ton this offseason, but the Packers come in at number 7 with Jordan Love leading the way. You have Mike McDaniel and the Dolphins coming in at number 6 with Tua, obviously with all the weapons. Jalen Waddle got paid. You have Tyreek Hill, and they have a plethora of running backs, including former 49ers running back Raheem Mostert, Devin A. Chain, and bunch of others. You got Joe Burrow coming in at 5. Now, obviously, with Joe, he just got to stay healthy, but we still have yet to see where the San Francisco 49ers are ranked on this list. Oh, 4 for the Rams. So, in division rival, the Rams have, according to the NFL, the 4th best offense in the NFL heading into next season. Obviously, Kyron Williams had a breakout campaign. Stafford was able to connect with Puka Nacua. Nacua went crazy. You're going to have Cooper Kupp returning, who will likely be healthy. So they have some weapons. They have a revamped offensive line. They spent big on offensive guards this offseason. And the Detroit Lions, led by Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell, Jahmyr Gibbs, Laporta. They got a lot of weapons, but still haven't seen those San Francisco 49ers. Where are they going to end up? Will they be number 2? Oh, number 2 goes to the Kansas City Chiefs. And obviously, when you have Patrick Mahomes, you're going to be ranked highly on any type of offensive list. You add in Travis Kelce. Obviously, they went out and got Hollywood Brown. That will be probably a pretty solid addition to the team. And they also got Xavier Worthy, the fastest wide receiver in the entire draft. So they retooled a little bit. Isaiah Pacheco's turned into a really quality running back. But does that mean the NFL actually ranked the San Francisco 49ers as having the number 1 offense in the NFL with Brock Purdy leading the charge? Ooh, I like that. Now, obviously, we understand what this offense is comprised of. You have Christian McCaffrey, you've got Deebo Samuel, Juwan Jennings, George Kittle, but the question remains, Brandon Ayuk, will he be playing for the San Francisco 49ers next season? And does that affect this ranking at all? And I want to ask this, and I want to push this question to you, and I want to see you drop it in the comments below. If the 49ers don't have Brandon Ayuk on the roster, let's say they trade him, whatever, just say he's not there, are they still considered the number 1 offense in the league? I would have to say yes, even though I am going to be one of the first to tell you that I believe Brandon Ayuk is a crucial part of this offense, how it works, the spacing on the field. He runs so many clear out routes, and his ability to push vertically really opens up things for a lot of other guys on the offense. But I still think the 49ers would find a way to get it done. Now, obviously, they were able to get Ricky Pearsall, Jacob Cowing, and they have some other guys who could be stepping into larger roles, like Ronnie Bell potentially. So, regardless whether Ayuk is here or not, now I wonder if this would be also like a case for maybe how the 49ers are going about their negotiation situation is like they still believe that with or without Ayuk, they will still be the top offense in the NFL. I don't know. I think it's an interesting debate because Brandon Ayuk, 75 receptions, nearly 1,400 receiving yards, and 7 touchdowns last season. That's hard to replace. Now, Debo Samuel is a talent in of his own, but he doesn't win the way that Brandon Ayuk wins. They have very different skill sets when it comes to playing the wide receiver position. So, is there an impact? Does something change in that offense without Brandon Ayuk, or do they continue moving on? So it's in one light, I'm like, yeah, I still think the 49ers would be considered the best offense without Brandon Ayuk because you still have all the other weapons. But I do think it is much more up for debate. If they can strongly hold out that, I guess, one seed in this hypothetical kind of ranking of offenses in the NFL, because we do imagine Brock Purdy is going to take a step forward. At least that's my expectation. I expect Brock to continue to improve after just one full season as the 49er starter coming back from UCL surgery. So I expect him to get better. I expect him to improve. I expect more responsibilities to be placed on his shoulder. I expect growth from Brock Purdy. I think a lot of people, outside the 49ers assume Brock is what he is. And I see Brock as a continued developmental prospect for this team who can get better. And so, with him getting better and then Debo Samuel looking like a completely different person this offseason, like literally, he looks leaned out, like he's probably lost, like it looks like he's lost 15 pounds. Like it's remarkable how in shape Debo Samuel looks. And how determined he seems for this upcoming season, likely being a quote unquote contract year for him. So, and we know Christian McCaffrey, he's in his prime. You got George Kittle doing George Kittle things. George is going to be a dog no matter what. So, yes, do I think the 49ers are the number one offense without Brandon Ayuk? I do still think they hold that title, but it also does showcase how much the 49ers can be improved with him in the mix. So I think you got to get it done. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.